The other thing that I did do was designed and built the kiln with the assistance of Rob Bush, who was a teacher here at the time. He did all the physical stuff. And we went and we scrounged bricks from everywhere. We went out to Langley somewhere, and I had at the time a Toyota 4Runner, and we loaded it so full of bricks, I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to get across the bridge coming back. And I had a student at the time who was a welder. So I co-opted him into building the parts so that you could pull the door out and put it back. And he was all excited about doing it for us. And the only thing it cost was the materials, because he didn't charge for his labor, you know. And the whole thing was that building a kiln, like, to replace that one probably cost $20,000, $30,000 now, unfortunately. But, and I am actually really surprised it's still working. I know they've rebuilt parts of it, but I'm astonished it's still operating. That was really fun to do, you know. Most people nowadays are using electric kilns because of the cost of building a gas kiln, or actually, in fact, it's not so much the cost of building, it's the fact that they don't want to have homemade kilns anymore. They want to have the kind that come from Germany that cost an arm and a leg. And when you fire pottery in an electric kiln, you just heat it up, just like you're heating up your oven to cook something. When you're firing it in the gas kiln, what you want to do is you get it to a certain temperature, and then you change the atmosphere by sort of blocking off the oxygen a little bit, and that's called putting it into reduction. And that creates colors that you cannot get any other way. And that's why you've got a celadon here. You can't get that. If you put that into the electric kiln, it would look just sort of plain, boring beige. And it's a lovely sort of light green, translucent light green. The other one that's really special is the Temaku, which is an iron glaze. And iron glazes are done, sort of react with the flames and the atmosphere to create this lovely deep color, deep tones. If you put that into the electric kiln, it's just going to be boring brown and not even all that pretty, actually. There's another one is if you want to make something called copper red. There's a lot, I think they probably still have, they probably have a turquoise glaze here that they use. It's turquoise in the electric kiln. In the gas kiln, it's copper red. But it doesn't always happen, but it happens, it's special when it does. And then there's another glaze that's called Chino, and it's a glaze that is absolutely nothing in the electric kiln. In the gas kiln, if it's fired correctly, you get shades of orange, and sometimes it traps the smoke from the carbon from the smoke, and it gives all sorts of grey shadows with the orange. That's the only way you can get it. So that's what's special.